Joe Montgomery here from educationlawyers.com with a brief news update. Every day the news is changing, right? One day schools are shut down, one day there's online programming, the next day schools are shut down again. It's really hard to keep up, but now I just wanted to give you a heads up of what it looks like is happening educationally, at least in the Philadelphia area. So educationally, the school district of Philadelphia made a decision today that they are going to go for an online format. Whereas this week or last week, we reported, and correctly, that Philadelphia was making the decision to do nothing out of equitable concerns, right? To make sure that they're able to program equally for the kids who have access to tech and who don't have access to tech, and the kids in the general education environment, as well as kids that receive special education services. To ensure equity, they were saying, we do nothing, no one gets anything, we're being fair to everybody. So now Philadelphia changed their tune, and we're happy to hear this new song they're singing, and that's that they are going to be providing online and remote instruction. Teachers are currently receiving education on how to deliver curriculum in a cyber education platform, right? So this is great news. Philadelphia is in the process of providing laptops to students. More great news. And this came on the heels of some guidance from the Department of Education. And the guidance from the Department of Education was that by no means are they saying that you should do nothing if you can't program equally for children with special needs. In fact, what they're saying is try your best to program for everyone. And if there's any deficits in the programming, that can be remedied later in the form of compensatory services or compensatory education. And that's exactly what compensatory education was designed to do. It was designed to make a child who received special education services but didn't for some period of time, for whatever reason, to make them whole. Regardless of whether it's a fund of money or a fund of services, the money can only be used for certain services that further the child's IEP goals. So there's no risk of a parent or a person misappropriating these funds, right? The school or a reputable trust administrator holds these funds, and they can be later used to make up for services that may have been missed. And this is what the guidance from the Department of Education said. It said, don't stop doing anything for everyone just because you might mess up for kids that require special education services, but do your best for everyone. And worst case scenario, if you miss a little bit here, if you miss a little bit there, we can easily make that up later. So what that looks like in reality, right? So maybe there's a child who was supposed to receive 2 hours of speech per week in a one-to-one setting, and that's impossible now, right? Maybe it would be possible to deliver that remotely, theoretically, but maybe the school's not able to do that. So that's fine. Keep doing everything you're supposed to do, and parents keep track that Joey was supposed to receive 2 hours of speech for 4 weeks while he was home and he didn't, so that's 8 hours of speech that's owed to Joey, and then the school later on can make up for that. And they can say, okay, each hour of speech would have been $100, here's a fund of $800 that you can use for speech. Or they can say, okay, you missed 8 hours of speech, we're gonna make it up on the back end once everyone's able to interact with each other physically, and you can get those speech services then, right? So schools, you're doing the right thing. Schools that have made the decision to move forward and try your best. Worst case scenario, you provide children with compensatory education for what they missed during the time of this emergency, and that's not a bad thing, right? It's easy. It's easy to quantify what was missed in this situation. And parents, there's plenty of people that can help you come up with those calculations. But what I urge schools to do is to do your best, right? Try your best for everyone, and we can figure it out at the end. And parents, do your best to account for what your children do receive during this time and what they don't receive, so that later on it's easier to calculate and quantify what your child is owed. Joe Montgomery signing off for now, but we will touch base soon to see how the online cyber education curriculum is evolving in Philadelphia and beyond. And make sure you check our previous post regarding our educationlawyers.com tech level up giveaway, where we're giving away Chromebooks. For now we have 5 to give away, but more to come if the response to the promotion is good, because we really do want to promote the end of the digital divide, and we want other individuals and businesses to join along. If you have the resources to give away a Chromebook or 2 or 5, do it. You may really be changing kids' lives.